What is their coming agenda? They will destroy New York to make way for the new order. The new order for a new age. And the new race will temporarily rule over that age. Symbols that expose their agenda are hidden in plain sight. iPad Goat 2 portrays New York City's destruction as the new age is ushered in. It all started with the collapse of two towers. The Twin Towers were one of the greatest marvels of the modern age, a symbolic achievement of the human race. Not for its stature and height, but because it carried the image of the Elohim as two strands of DNA. The strands would have to come down to make way for a third to stand in its place, a third monument, a third temple. A temple showing what the human race has become. Hybrids. The two temples would have to be destroyed first. They would have to come down. They would have to be desecrated. Then the rest of the city would follow. Piece by piece, it would be dismantled as the human body succumbed to the new race, the Trident race.
And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23. Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. Psalm 23. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. Secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, Psalm 23, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger.
The two towers had to be brought down. A third tower had to go up. A third strand of DNA. One showing the unity of the two races, humanity and the Benai Elohim, both created by the Elohim, but only one in his image. That is the human being.
These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. Chaos.
They are trying to destroy the image.
Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Today, our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them.
Symbol after symbol after symbol. From the Statue of Liberty crumbling to the stock market crashing, to the mosque located next to skyscrapers that is being bombed, and even the Brooklyn Bridge, all landmarks that are depicted in iPad Goat 2. The short film also depicts other more cryptic references, Some of them already fulfilled, others are not yet. You might remember Kali on the Empire State Building in New York City. It was depicted in I Pet Goat. There's an allusion to Kali, the Dark Mother and Goddess of Destruction, performing a ritual dance with her tongue sticking out. Her appearance in New York precedes the destruction of the city. We also see Mother Mary dressed in black and holding a bottle, with a nuclear bomb going off in the background, a depiction of what they plan to carry out in New York. In the last scene, we see the toppling of a historic monument in New York City, St. Patrick's Cathedral. It crumbles to the ground after an Antichrist character exits from its front door. He will take his position as world ruler only after New York City is ritually destroyed. It will be the collapse of infrastructure, of buildings, of skyscrapers.
Scripture tells us, do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands.